So Einstein has been supplanted by quantum. There is the history of Newton, physics, Newton. And Newton went along like a universe that was like a clock. And then Einstein came along with relativity. But even Einstein was holding on to ideas of distinction, separation. There was time. There was space. And even though they kind of, roll around a little bit, Einstein still was holding on to it in a general way that there were ideas or things that were still had distinction. But then along comes Heisenberg and quantum that pointed out, well, actually, things don't have any distinction until they are noticed, until they are paid attention to. Time, space, location, shape, duration. But prior to that, they are of all possibility of space and time. All possibility. It was called being fuzzy. Fuzzy. Well, you can see this now, and finally a test has come on, because it's kind of, science trying to come up with a test to say, well, is it Einstein or is it quantum? And it's quantum entanglements. And entanglements is because when you identify something, surprise, surprise, in quantum, there's something through time and space, even distance-wise, that also instantly is identified. Doesn't have to be close by. It can be of any distance away. But in quantum entanglement, they happen at the same time. If you identify that, same time. Well, it's a huge thing, a shift. And it's been hard to come up with a test to say, is it Einstein or is it quantum entanglement that goes beyond time and space, that kind of dissipates time and space? Now, Einstein was just crazy about saying, no, can't do it. No, that's impossible. Oh, no. He fought against that for years. He and Niels Bohr, the other physicists, were always just having it out. And Niels Bohr would answer him, and then Einstein would come up with another possibility. Okay, well then how about this? And Niels Bohr would say, okay, no. Then it's like this, because of quantum entanglement. Well, finally, the math is there in quantum, and you've already had things that have actually developed because of quantum mathematics already. Transistors. The idea of transistors was a huge jump. But it only happened because you had quantum mathematics. But finally you're going to say, is it Einstein or is it quantum entanglement? How are you going to make a test? Finally, there was a test. The test is amazing, what it involved. But it definitely has made the scientific verification that quantum entanglement is correct. So we've gone from Newton, Einstein came on and just radically changed math, physics, and therefore the resulting even products that came out of that. And now we've gone from Einstein to quantum. quantum entanglement. Now, some things of Newton are still valid. Some things of Newton, also shifting over to Einstein, are still valid. But now we also have to include this great change of quantum entanglement and a quantum computerization. The effort is being made to make a quantum-based computer instead of the old thing of computers, which we already are saying are old. Remember, it ran on either it's a 1 or it's a 0. It's a 1 or it's distinct. The Einstein idea, it's distinct. It's a 1 or it's a 0. But in quantum, well, it's 1, but it also can be 0. And it can be both at the same time. And it works. It can happen. So everything of distinction and other things of time and space have dissolved. The kind of end of a program on this was to say, well, what does that kind of leave us with? Well, it kind of leaves you with the possibility of all things at once. Everything's possible. It's like, because you can think it, it's practically done. Because it's something you can think, if it's something you can test, bring up as an idea in physics, let's say, you probably can put it together and have it work. There are some limitations. As of yet, you're not going to turn the ocean upside down. Some things like that are going to stay the same here, it seems like, for a while. But with quantum entanglement, the philosophic has been supported by research and study, in fact, that time and space have actually collapsed as separate things. And everything is happening at once. Everything's available at once. There is no border. There is no boundary. There is no separation. In other words, it's like, philosophically, it's like Dzogchen. It's like awareness itself. There is no center. You and your body and whatnot seem like you're the center of an activity, and realistically you can say, well, I'm here. I'm living for some duration. But you know, and it's going to be true, you can count on it, that as of yet, your physical body will stop functioning. What about awareness itself? Awareness itself is like quantum entanglement. Awareness itself. Without edge, without border, without beginning, without end, without a start, without a finish. Always is, has been. All you're doing is dropping a form that you maintain for some duration. And then the awareness that is temporarily seems to be housed within you is actually just something that's actually pervasive at all times through all things. Your form just falls away, and then awareness itself is awareness itself. From Newton, Einstein, quantum entanglement. We've come to awareness itself. The 21st century. We've come out of the dark. We're into the light.